Hello and welcome to Fortreal TV. In this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 very simple steps that can help you avoid land issues or avoid being scammed when you are buying land in Nigeria. They are very simple, but trust me, they can help you avoid issues. As a matter of fact, the fifth one is 100% guaranteed that will help you avoid land issues or being scammed while buying land in Nigeria. My name is Raymond Ijeomah and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. Alright, let's go. Number 1, don't allow anything distress to put you in distress. Never allow any distress offer make you carry out the land transaction in a hurry. You have to, as a matter of fact, take your time on every land transaction. There are a lot of wine the game, and we understand how most of these guys play the game. So they play the narrative of it's a distress sale, the owner needs the money in a hurry. Yes, we know it's easy to always communicate the owner needs the money in a hurry. It is easy to say that, and because of that you jump at paying 5 million naira, 2 million naira, 10 million naira for a property. Do not fall for that. Even though the owner is in a hurry, it is you that is parting away with your money, your funds. So it's important that you take your time to be sure that the person in question is genuine and then the property in question is genuine. Never ever fall for the scam of it is a distress sale, the owner needs money urgently or badly. Don't ever fall for that, except you are able to establish credibly through the right checks and the right system. You're able to establish that indeed this is a distress sale, then you can go on. But if you are not, it's important that you take your time. To ensure that no matter how distressed the person is or urgent is everything sounds, you have to take your time to ensure that what they are bringing your way is not one that would scam you, but one that is indeed very genuine. So basically, it is extremely important you take your time. It is your money, and you have to take your time to ensure that it is legit, it is a genuine property. All right. And number 2, make sure you use agents that you know and you trust. Agents that you know and you trust. Yes, this is the day and age where internet makes a lot of things easy and faster, right? So you can easily just check out online and you see that guy or this guy. But it's important that once you do so, make sure that you maybe take out time to check out who this guy is, who is he online, and all of that, and possibly just ask questions. There are a number of questions that you can ask, and this guy will be able to open up or something. So you don't just reach out and the moment you see the person and on GG or on this platform or any other platform, even on this YouTube channel, and you just reach out and begin to exchange funds. It shouldn't work that way. It shouldn't work that way. And as a matter of fact, it's one of the reasons that we don't insist on making payments for inspection and all of that. Alright, so it's important that you take your time. Some of you have reached out to us and you're like, okay, we just want to check out, reach out and all of that. Fine, we know that some of you are checking out. Trust should be earned. Trust has to be earned. So it's important that you don't just reach out to any agent and you begin to patronize them. Even we on the field, when we contact agents, because we have clients to buy properties, when we are doing that, we are also very careful. Alright, so I remember one of these transactions, this set of agents are people that over time, in the course of doing real estate transactions, have stood out for me. Right, so I had to even travel out of the state to help the client acquire the property. And from the point of meeting this agent and then the second one of them to the end of the entire transaction, they were absolutely transparent, and as a matter of fact took me to their houses, and I even stepped out aside of them without them knowing to find out, to corroborate everything they have said. And as a matter of fact, they were all correct, and we eventually got that land outside of Benin, and to date that land, everything checked, and there's never been any issue at all. Of course, before we went on that trip to help to acquire that property, we had a number of agents that we reached out to, but this particular one stood out, and then he connected me to his other agents, and all of them together were the ones who helped to help us connect us to the people we bought the property from eventually. And today there's not been any issue. The client is building already. It's almost 2 years now, and there's not been any issue at all. All right, so I need you to understand that it's important that you pay attention to who you are using, the agent you are using, because the agent you are using can be the one, because from what we've realized doing this business, we've realized that some agents are not they don't care about what you are buying. They don't care about what you are buying. They have to just take their percentage and they move on, right? So it's important that you have agents, or you reach out, or you make contact with agents that have a reputation, or possibly seem to have a reputation or something at stake. So it's important that you do that. It's a very simple step, but it can help you, trust me. And number 3, please go for inspection. Please go for inspection. Go and see the land you are buying. Go and see the place you want to buy. It's important you go and see, except you have somebody who you absolutely trust. And of course, if it can't be available, send someone to go and see it. Or if you have somebody who represents you for your transactions and can stand in the stead for you, that's fine. But the most important thing is that you have somebody who's looking out for your interest physically, not just verbal. Of course, we on our side have had clients who've done transactions without being physically present, but that is because to them we have earned the trust, and we have been able to deliver over time. So they trust us to handle all their property transactions even while they are not around. So it's important that you do inspection. If the person cannot do physical inspection for you, let the person do a live inspection. You can do a live inspection of the video on Facebook or any of the social media platforms. All right, so it's important, extremely important, that you visit the site, because there you can also know whether this place is the topography of the land, the type of area, and all of those. Because anybody can snap a bush and just send it across to you and say, okay, yeah, this is the place, and then you buy and show you 1 or 2 houses around, and you're like, and at the point of going, see, one of the things you realize is going for inspection helps you to see certain things. All right, so you can go for inspection and somebody walks up and say, who are you? Why are you? In fact, there are sometimes that let me share a secret with you. There are sometimes that you go for inspection and then you observe the attitude of the person pointing the land. So sometimes they can just be across the road and they'll be doing their hand like this. That land. It shows that there's a level of fear or something, or some lack of confidence over pointing fingers at the land. If a land is for sale, it is for sale. If the owner is not selling, he is not selling. So if he's selling, you can boldly point at the land and say, park your car in front of the land and say, this is the land that we are buying. And somebody out there can walk up and say, okay, who are you? And say, okay, I'm the agent selling the land. Who is the owner of the land? And then, that kind of conversation. In fact, at the point of having that kind of conversation, you can even corroborate whether the agent or the person representing for that transaction is genuine or not, or the land itself is genuine. Right, so it's important that you do so. Go for inspection. Number 4, please use professionals. Please use professionals that know what they are doing. Not just professionals entitled, professionals that have the experience and the competence to handle and represent you properly. It is not enough to just have the title, right? It's important that the person has the requisite knowledge and the competence to deliver on the job. This is not as a way of ridiculing anybody, but there are some lawyers who are extremely good with other areas of law, but have no idea of how property transactions work. The same way there are lawyers that are very good, extremely good with property transactions, but have no idea of how marine law or intellectual property or criminal law work. They basically would have the basic knowledge, but may not have deep-seated knowledge on those areas. So for instance, let me give you an example. I have a friend and colleague who we schooled together and over 5 years at the bar, and wasn't sure who to prepare, or who was to prepare the title document for the purchase of a land. So he had to put a call across to find out from me whether who should prepare the title document when buying a land. That is a colleague of mine, the same year of call, right? But he is extremely good. He's an award-winning lawyer in another field of practice, but he doesn't have an idea. As a matter of fact, some 2 days ago, a colleague of mine reached out to me asking me for a precedence on preparing the title document. So that simply tells you the importance of not just the person being a professional, but being someone who knows that area of law, or the area, basically have an idea or knows how that particular sector works. All right, so that doesn't mean that they are dull or like I already explained. These are one of the first person I talked about is an award-winning lawyer in an area of law. In this area, he is not extremely experienced, right? So that shows you that it's important that you engage professionals, but not just professionals, but professionals that know their own or know what they are doing in respect to that particular field. All right, and the last one, and possibly one of the most important, is that you should ask a lot of questions. Never feel like you're asking too many questions. Please, I beg you in the name of God, if it's your money and it is legitimate and you made the money with your hard-earned strength, how do I say it now? With your blood and sweat, please, I beg you in the name of God, ask a lot of questions. If they appear to be stupid, let it be. It is your right to ask a lot of questions, and please make sure you get clarification. Ask a lot of questions, as much questions as you can, and it's also important to know the right questions to ask. So it's one thing to ask questions, and also is another to know the right questions to ask. So in the course of asking your questions, if anybody gets angry that you're asking too many questions, that is a flag. I wouldn't know how deep that flag is, depending on the context or the circumstances of the land transaction you are in, but trust me, that is a flag. No true salesman gets angry because a client or a prospect is asking questions. It doesn't work that way. As a matter of fact, the salesman wants to be able to answer you, to convince you to buy that property, right? So it's important that you ask a lot of questions. As stupid as the questions can be, please ask them. Let the person answer you. And then in asking certain questions, you may even discover why you should buy, why you should not buy. But beyond all of this, it's important that you invest in real estate. It's extremely important that you invest in real estate. Again, my name is Raymond Ijeomah, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. This is brought to you by Fortreal TV, and then importantly, Fortreal Rei Ltd carries out all forms of real estate services, specifically helping clients to buy properties, investigate properties, purchase properties, basically invest in real estate, and then of course develop properties. So if you have any needs in these areas, do it to reach out to the numbers shown right on your screen. And again, if you have not subscribed, do to subscribe and stay in touch. Turn on notification, because we're bringing you more and more content, and so that we ensure that your real estate investments, they are safe, they are smart, they are sustainable, and they are profitable. We hold this forward dearly, and we hope that you will stay in touch and you enjoy the benefits of investing in real estate in Nigeria or anywhere in the world. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.